la 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 la. Man, favorite song, Beautiful Dreamer by your mom. Good morning, welcome, motherfuckers. Welcome to the doo-doo show, or whatever we call it. I don't even remember. What's our channel name? I don't even know. Sometimes I roll in these videos and just like sit down, hit record. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Actually, every fucking time I make a video. I don't know. Is it smart? We'll see. Some days it's just, it's so hard to explain, man. But some days it's harder to write than others. Some days it's like, I don't explain it. I had 10 days off in a row. Took a vacation. I maybe wrote, what did I do? 2 videos, so I kind of wrote twice, but not very long. Not like my usual 6 pages a day. Because it was kind of tough. I'm getting, I don't know. For whatever reason, I just didn't write very much. And I didn't write yesterday, which was Tuesday, and today's Wednesday, and these are my writing days, and I just don't feel it. You know, I'm incredibly tired all the time. Can't get enough sleep. No matter how much sleep I get, I'm just as tired waking up. If not more than when I went to bed. Can't stay asleep, you know. The usual fucking shit. I don't know why that is. I really don't. Because you try so many different things, you know. I didn't drink caffeine for like 5, I don't remember. It was probably more than 5. It was like at noon. And I couldn't sleep, and it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I still couldn't sleep. Didn't eat anything crazy before bed, or didn't do a lot of overstimulation of the screen stuff. It's just weird. It's so weird sometimes. It's like, it's more of like, no, I can't shut my brain off. That's what it is. It's not this overstimulation shit. It's my mind won't shut the fuck up. But it does when I come to the fucking writing table. It's like, oh, wait. He's writing. We should go to sleep. Like, that's what irritates me. It's hard to control this kind of sense of wanting to do all this. It's like I could fall asleep within minutes in the middle of the day. If I go take a nap, it does not take me very long. And in fact, I want to. But as soon as I like, no, let's wait like 3 more hours, then we'll go to bed at a normal time at 8 o'clock at night. All of a sudden, I can't fall asleep. I just like lay there and lay there and lay there. I can't sleep. It's like my brain knows, oh, it's not in the middle of the day, it's not inconvenient. Well, I don't want to go to sleep. I'm going to stay up. So you only get a few hours of sleep before I have to get up at 4 in the morning. That's what gets fucking tiring. And then I try so hard to stay imaginative for the book, you know, because I'm writing a fucking fantasy setting. So it's like I kind of have to be a little bit, you know, like in my head and fantasize about shit, and then it's like, well, I don't want to do it when you're here. I want to do it when you're trying to go to sleep. It's difficult, man. It really is. It's hard to keep straight all this fucking shit. I don't know how to do it. Sometimes life is just, it's tough to live every day. You know what I mean? Every day is different, but it's tough to fucking continuously do this every fucking day. Because it's always different. Something different happens in every day, and generally the big thing I'm taking away is there's not enough hours in the day, there's not enough days in the week. Because it's like, for me, the way that I function, I'm very, like I talked in the last video, I'm like a lazy person. So it's just so difficult to fucking go and do stuff because I just lay around, I don't want to do anything, and by the time I'm like, here we go. I found some motivation, I found some momentum. It's weird time. It's like 8 at night. Or it's like, to get writing, you know, it takes me so long to sit and do it, and then all of a sudden I get it done in like 2 hours. Procrastinate and it's just honestly what it feels like on the inside is the will is not there. Like I just sit there, this empty husk that doesn't want to be alive all the time. And then finally, I just get a little bit of like something. I'm like, oh, here we go, finally. The motherfucker finally got charged. And then I try to use that little bit of energy to like put into the book or, you know, do other things, whatever it is in my personal life. I don't really know how to have more energy with all this stuff. And there's so many things that I want to fucking do. Like, I have this office, right? But over down the hall, I have another room, and I'm going to make that my recording room. I got like a 16 channel mixer already. I just got to get another computer, a desk, a divider, some better mics, cords, condenser mics, you know, compressors, all that fucking shit, thousands of dollars. And it's like, I want to do that so I can do better, like I can record music again. Also, I can record things for this, voiceovers and more like audiobook stuff. Like I can read my stories with a better setting, but it's like, and I have little energy for that, but I really want to fucking do it. I have this shed. This is the first time I've had these things at my own home, so it's weird to me. But in this shed, I'm gonna make it where I do my typewriter repair. Like, it's got to get a fucking work table out there and all that shit that you need all for the tools and stuff, and I can do repair work for the typewriters that I have. No longer do I have to spray flammable stuff in a house, or paint them or whatever I have to do. These are like long-term goals. These aren't like I got to get this done in a week. But though I have all these goals, right? I have these books that I really want to read. I want to fucking read them. But as soon as all these things sit and happen, I just don't, I want to do this, but I don't. Is that makes sense? You know, I really want to work on this book, but as soon as I sit down in front of it, I'm just like, everything's like, don't do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I'm really sick of the constant struggle of fighting through this I don't want to do it bullshit. You know what I mean? I can't really explain it better than that. That's just how it feels. It's an annoyance, if anything. Incredible annoyance. To want to do things, but just literally not at the same time. Like, I enjoy doing them, but it's hard to get to that point of joy. It takes a hell of a lot of mental energy. Like, it takes just as much mental energy to, like, convince myself that I want to do these things, and when it actually, by the time I get there, I'm already half tapped. And like I'm half-assing through it because I'm too scared to fully go. You know, the best thing I could say is I feel when I'm writing. When I'm writing and I'm getting to a good section and I feel like, oh, you are on the cusp of finally getting to a flow state, and every time I'm like, oh, we better stop then. Don't do it. Stop, let's go away, let's not do this. And I'm like, come on, stop. I'm in a flow state. We're about to hit a really good chapter. I literally have this fucking guardian that's like, well, of laziness, I'll call it, that doesn't want to goddamn go forth. Son of a bitch, man. It's so fucking much. So fucking much. I don't know how other people do this shit. Like, live their lives, basically. Do what they want to do, because it's so annoying to just fucking have to power through this shit every goddamn day. You know, I can only do it for so many like years until eventually I just can't anymore. Because, you know, you're basically like tricking yourself, forcing yourself, making yourself do things all the time. Like, I shouldn't have to make myself be happy. Or I shouldn't have to make myself want to do things that I want to do. That should not be how that goes. It should be I enjoy doing it and I lose myself in it. But, you know, I think for the longest time, I don't remember the last time I did lose myself in something I love. Like, just so enjoyed it. Like, I'm like, oh man, I cannot wait to do that. And then doing it, it's been a joy the whole time. I don't even know if that exists. Maybe that does, and maybe I just need to get it out of my head that does not exist. That there is no such thing as like some sort of bliss. But then again, I hear people talk about it. And so I wonder, like, well, what the fuck is my bliss? To which the answer is, you know, what would it be? It'd be like, honestly, hanging out with ladies. Really, that's about it. That's the only bliss that I've ever can go and trace back and think about. Like, yeah, basically that shit. And I can't do that. I'm married. You know? So I don't know. Besides that, I don't really see it or feel it, you know? It bothers me too that I really want to enjoy this stuff. And I want to fall into it. But it's like some elusive fucking thing. At least that's what it feels like. It feels as if it's some sort of elusive thing that's like, oh, I don't know, if you're lucky, maybe you can fucking get into this or whatever it is. And it's so tiring to constantly have to do that. You know, I don't want to fucking deal with this all the time. I just don't know how to enjoy things anymore. I don't know how other people do it. I don't know how you do it, man. How you enjoy doing that. I have like a lot of things that in my life that I really can do. Like since we have our own place, we've talked about making our little kind of patio area. And I was talking about making like a garden and stuff that I can have for myself. Like, again, I have all this stuff that I want to plan to do. And I actually want to do them. Because I'm the one suggesting this shit. Clearly I want to do it. But it's the execution. You know, as my wife once told me, I lack follow through. Which is very true. It's just because every day feels like a different person. Every day feels like someone else. Like today I want to do this, but this guy might not want to do that tomorrow. He might find it dumb and boring tomorrow. So he'll go out of his way to make it really difficult. And I feel like I'm battling other people, in a sense, is what it feels like. But it isn't other people because I know it's me. I don't feel like possessed or it's like not in control. I just feel like my mind, some days it's easier to do things than others. That's the struggle. That's the issue. That's the shit we power through. We try to make it go away. And sometimes it does, you know. I finished, where did I fucking put it? I finished that book, Candle of Vision, by William Russell. What the fuck's his first name? I don't remember his first name. A.E. Aeon, which is fucking crazy to me. But I finished that book of that Irish poet, and it's been opening for me. But again, there's that damn closed door that won't go. But it's been very special. I really enjoyed that read. I actually read a whole book again. Like, Jesus. Finally, jackass. You have all these fucking books. You better start reading them. And it was actually very enjoyable to kind of see someone's mind that is within the same sphere as me, but definitely better, much deeper in, if you want to say it like that. I'm kind of surface level. I'm trying to get deeper in, but there's like a fucking block that will not allow me to. It does not want me to be imaginative. I can tell you that much. That's what it feels like. As soon as I want to be a little bit imaginative, it's like, don't you fucking do that. Stop. Don't go there. It's not good for you. And I'm like, that's what I want to do though. That's the whole fucking point of all this. Like, no, stop, don't do it. Okay. I talked about it like this, where I feel like a divine thing when it comes to making this book. It's not an everyday some divine being is forcing me to do it, or I'm doing it in their honor and shit. It feels like every time I go like, well, I don't know, they fucking go, come on, get in there. Not right away, but eventually. Kind of feels more like that, the engagement with this higher entity or power or whatever the fuck I'm going to call it. Like I'm doing this mostly with myself, but sometimes I'll get a little intervention of like, hey man, like what are you doing? Go do that. Here's a reminder, here's a book, or here's a fucking kick in the ass in this way. And I just feel like, okay, fuck, I'll keep working on this goddamn book. But there's a part of me that's like, you know, what if this book and everything I'm doing is the worst thing I could be doing? What if this book is the very thing this like a lesson that I'm being taught of to not do again. All this mental energy, my entire 20s, and I'm now 32. Yeah, I think I'm 32. All of this time, from age 20 to going on, I've been working on this goddamn book. I have flags of each country, well, not all of them, but most of the countries right behind me. These are rough drafts of the first original story. I have 3 maps over here that I drew myself of a fucking world that doesn't exist. All up here are more images of a world that doesn't exist in maps. Then I have a whole tack board full of fucking things to remember by names of titans and aeons and peoples and how the language is and when people were born, what's the calendar like, different regions, other people that live in the world, whatever the hell it is, just reminder things like that. I'm surrounded by a shrine of this book. All my computer does is work on the book and do YouTube. That's about it. All these books of history and back here fiction stories, all because I'm studying how to be better for the book. The only reason I'm working on typewriters is for the book. My entire life is the book. And when I try to go away from it, in some sense of the word, it's almost like enveloped me. So I'm like, is this a bad thing? Is what I'm doing actually not good? Because everything I've ever done ties back to the book. My friendships are only work relationships because of the book. The recording studio idea, I'm not doing that because I'm wanting to do something of expression of myself. It's for the book. All the music's in the book. You know? I think maybe that's what it is. It's probably just this big, a lot of pressure in here. I mean, I don't even feel it though. That's the weird thing. When I sit down, I don't feel pressure. I just feel like maybe I'm just telling myself we don't need to be working on this book anymore. All those years and hours and hours and hours of time spent in this damn place. I think I'm just sick of it. I think I'm tired. And even a week off of it still isn't necessarily enough time to be off of it. I remember at one point, I think my best time was I was off the book for 6 months. I didn't even think about it. I think I kind of have to do that because even this, I was off for 10 days, but even then I was thinking about the book. That little bit of you're not doing it, kind of thinking about the book. Or everything I do becomes a capture for for it. It's so weird. If I go out for a walk in the woods and enjoy nature, which I do about every day now because I live near some trails. I go off and do that. I'm still going in the book, maybe Eris this is what he feels like when he's walking. And, it's everything I do is for that. And it's it's my life's work though. So is this a bad thing? Is this something that's warning me to not do anymore? Or is it just how it goes? I really couldn't say. I can't say, man. It's tough. It's an everyday fucking battle to try to just make this work in some way, shape, or form. And how do you do that? I don't know. I think I might need to take a long break from it. Maybe once I finish the draft of book 2, maybe I'll just take almost a half a year break from writing and just kind of work on myself in a sense. That's the only thing I can think of, Because it's no wonder I feel tapped out and dry. If you're every day forcing your imagination, you're just as soon as it fills up a little bit, you're I'm going to and sap it. And then oh, it's empty again. And then wait for it to fill up a little bit more. And then bam. I'm not allowing my creativity to fucking spring into life for the creation of this book. I'm kind of I'm kind of fucking stuck in this loop of where I'm waiting for that little bit of the bar to fill up enough for me to just finally use it again. It's just, I try to use this time, so spring into summer, to work on it because I work in fucking retail, so that means my entire winter and fall is surrounded by fucking holidays. That means working crazy shit and feeling tapped out of energy. Just stupid fucking shit that they do. Send a bunch of stuff because the holidays really matter and people really like to have all their stupid fucking shit they want to buy. And, you know, like, oh, it's Thanksgiving. You're going to have to buy all these certain things that we approve because you're going to make your Thanksgiving dinner, you know, or all these stupid gifts and candy and shit. And we're the ones that have to put that stuff out. And so it's fucking tiring. So winter and fall time, I don't get to enjoy. They're both miserable because it's like that fucking job. So summer is the break time. That's the time where it's like, oh my God. But I can't take a break. I got to work on my book. So my summers revolve around, my spring to summers revolve around, I should say, working on this goddamn thing. So I don't really necessarily get breaks. You know, like mostly I'll come home from work. I'll get up at 4 a.m, go in at 5, get out at 1 o'clock, come home and then jump right to the book and do that for a few hours. And I do that every goddamn day. And then my days off, both days, I work on the book. And so it's like, I don't know if I'll ever get a break. I think that's the biggest thing of why I feel this way. It's because it's every motherfucking day working on this son of a bitch. And trying to make this fucking book happen because I don't want to work in retail anymore. I want to fucking do this for a living. If I did this for a living, I wouldn't have to balance 2 jobs. I would just have 1 job. And that's kind of what I really want to do. So like, it's my motivation. Like, you want to get out of not having to have some 9-to-5 fucking faggot job where you're doing shit you don't care about? You're wasting your life. If you get this done, the sooner you get it done, maybe people can read it and then they'll pay you fucking money and you don't have to live like this anymore. That's like the motivation. So that's kind of why it's like, you know, yeah, you need to rest and relax, but at the same time, like, yeah, but the more I do that is the more I'm wasting my fucking life going to a job I hate. I don't want to do that. I'm sick of going there. And it doesn't matter where it is. I don't want a normal job. Go to work in a factory. Go work in a library. You like books? Like, no, I hate all of that. I don't want to do any of those things. This is the only job I want. That's it. I don't want to do anything else. I don't care what it is. Even if I went to a bookbinder and became an apprentice, I'd still be like, I'm doing this for other fucking people. I don't want to. You know? That's the kind of struggle that it is. It's like, how do you get yourself out of the shit you don't want to do? Well, you got to work hard. And so that's the fucking thing. It's like, that's all the older generation fucking bitches and moans about. With my generation, it's like, you got to work hard. And it's like, okay, here we go then. I'm trying to work fucking hard. But my work hard it's like my job is physical and this is incredibly mental. So I'm not getting a reprieve. Like, I'm sitting on my ass on a fucking front of a typewriter, so my body's relaxing, but my mind isn't. And then I go to work, and then I'm at work the whole day. I'm like sitting there like listening to audio of myself with the book so I can remember character motivations, or I can remember what happened in chapters, or I'm foggy about what the Titans' motivation was. I'm going to listen to this video of me and Jacob talking about what the Titans doing, meanwhile working, you know? So it doesn't turn off. I guess I don't know what to do. One part of me says, keep going forward, man. You got to work hard, and then you'll get out of this, and you'll look back, and you'll actually be happy because you actually did something. And the other part of me is like, you should rest and relax. You had 10 days off, and you still are just as tired when it started, then this is my last day. I'm just as exhausted, you know? So it's like, something's not right. Something's not, I don't know, something's not working. Will I write today? I don't fucking know. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see if we write today. I'm gonna try, but we'll see.